Welcome to Shoreditch. We are at the Shoreditch Electric Light Theater Orchestra. Oh no, Shoreditch Electric Light Station for the Canon EOS R. I'm not supposed to say anything.
You are not supposed to be giving briefing information to outside parties. Because you are the best of the best, I will overlook it just this time.
We've been given special training, so this is my guide into the future.
Please.
I'm not sure how much, maybe we should...
This portal opens only once a year, so exactly a year ago today, Canon Ambassador Catherine Doyle went through this portal. Her mission was to document and explore life in Utopia in the year 2418.
Okay, so we've just traveled into the future 400 years to the Canon EOS R launch event where we're supposed to be finding somebody called Catherine Doyle. They've actually set up this amazing, it's really impressive, the setup. The lengths that they've gone to give us something to shoot with this camera is great. They've got like a soundscape, actors, everything. It's really, really impressive. Really happy to be here actually, but we don't actually have a camera because there aren't enough cameras. So we're waiting for somebody to grab us an extra memory card. In the meantime, I just thought I would go over the event with you guys. So 400 years in the future, we're here. I feel like I'm tripping a little bit. I can't even get it straight in my head exactly what's going on, but we've got multiple different setups. We've been split up into 3 different tribes so that we can experience different aspects of the camera, I'm imagining. You all kind of know the specs already. I'm not even really going to go over those very much. As soon as I can get the camera in my hands and test the camera, test some of the features of it, I'll let you know exactly sort of what I think. I always want to get my money. So, back to the camera, okay? 30.3 megapixel full frame camera from Canon. Of course, it is a mirrorless camera. It's the first of its kind, and it features the RF mount, a 54mm diameter mount with a 20mm flange distance. What that means is they can create a whole new generation of RF mount lenses that are going to gather a whole lot more light than the previous generation. For instance, the 28 to 70 lens, it's an f2 maximum aperture 28 to 70, which is 0.8 more than the L-glass that we've got now, and it's very big. This is the 24 to 105. This lens is going to come as part of a kit, but that 28 to 70 mil f2 lens is enormous, and it reportedly produces pictures the same way that your prime lenses would. The design of that lens is intended to eliminate 2 or 3 prime lenses from a professional photographer's kit bag. Will it be good for the pros? I'm unsure. We have one card slot similar to the Nikon that was released last month, and I don't know. I don't really know what I think of it yet because there's just so much stuff happening around me. It's hard to tell you. I haven't figured out how to use it, so hopefully Ben and I've got an hour left apparently in our future time travel scenario here. So we're gonna roam around. I'm gonna try and figure out and record some video from this thing in low light. And then we'll get back to you in a bit, let you know what we think. A cool feature of this camera is it has the 5D4's dual pixel RAW capabilities. What that means is you're familiar with RAW, it gathers a bunch of information, you can adjust the colors of the thing afterwards. Dual pixel RAW will actually allow you to marginally shift the focus point of your images. Now, I'm not talking a big shift, just a little shift, but that can be really useful for improving your composure, or even if you just miss it just by a hair, you can sort of correct that afterwards. Very useful feature. So welcome back to Shoreditch. We're back in the year 2018 after visiting 2418 very briefly. We had to go and find a woman called Catherine Doyle, who it turned out was buried underneath a tree at a Canon event in the future. One of the more bizarre and unique product releases we've ever been to, but mad kudos to Canon. It was very unique, and huge props to whoever the theater company was that put it on. It was spectacular, and they didn't actually step out of character once. Okay, so a bit about the camera. The features, I'm just going to go through the spec list. You guys probably already know a lot of this stuff, but just in case we found out some stuff today that you don't know, here it is. The camera has a large 30.3 megapixel full frame sensor. It's got a new Digic 8 image processing engine, and it shoots 4K 30 video with C-Log and 10-bit recording. That 10-bit is through an HDMI out, so you'll need an external recorder. Advanced Dual-Pic CMOS AF is available on this camera. Of course it is. They wouldn't do that to us again after the M50 debacle. On that camera, 4K, when you were shooting 4K, the AF wasn't available. On this one, it is available. Keep in mind though, there is still a crop when you use 4K on this camera, but it is not as severe as the APS-C M50. That was something like a 1.5 crop and then another 1.7 on top of that, so it was almost virtually unusable for vlogging if you wanted to do it handheld. Dual pixel autofocus this time has 5,655. They're not calling them AF points, they're calling them positions. So those 5,655 positions are dotted throughout the frame. Apparently you have it 100% the width of the camera and then 80% up and down. I'm not really sure what he was saying during the presentation, but there's a lot of different AF positions on this camera, which is exciting because dual pixel CMOS AF is already an amazing feature. How good is it going to be now that we've got nearly 6,000 different positions to utilize? 3.69 million dot OLED EVF. I looked at it in there, it was bright, it was fantastic. Despite the fact that we were inside of a dark brick warehouse type of place, I could see everything in it, crystal clear, loved it. Everybody will be glad to know that we do have a 3.15 inch 2 million dot LCD. It is articulating, it flips out, it turns around, you can flick it back in. It does everything you want it to do, so this is going to be a very popular, not only professionals camera, but very useful for videographers and also, you know, vloggers, whoever's going to use it. It's a high-priced vlogging camera. I mean, there's not a lot of people who are going to spend that kind of money on a vlogging camera, not to mention the new RF lenses are pretty pricey because they go on that new, bigger RF mount, which means you've got more expensive glass in the lens, gathering more light. They are spectacular. There is a big future line of lenses coming from Canon for that RF lens lineup, but it's not going to be inexpensive. The camera comes with a native ISO range of 100 to 40,000, and it's extendable to ISO 50 all the way up to 102,400. Shoots 8 FPS and, like we've already said, 4K up to 30, 1080 up to 50. Something else to be aware of on this camera, they've got a lot of unique features on the body of the camera itself, which is very ergonomic, comfortable to hold if anybody was interested. They have several dials on there, 2 of which are customizable. You have a touchpad on the back of the camera to swipe left and right, customizable. You can set that to various functionalities. Also, there's a control ring on the front of the camera, which is also just nice to have. I haven't seen a control ring on many cameras, and you can set that to a number of different functionalities as well. Apparently, we were told you can send the camera or the lens back in and have it declicked for videography professionals so that you have a smooth aperture adjustment ring. That's quite exciting. This is going to be a thing. I'm going to see a lot of stuff in the comments about this. I'm sure SD UHS 2 card slot. There is only one of them. Lump it. I'm not even going to talk about it anymore. It is what it is. The battery that's included is an LPE6N battery, and it reportedly delivers 430 shots. Obviously that's going to vary depending on your usage. That's pretty good though. I'd say 430 is the upper limit of what I would have expected. I would have probably assumed that we would have gotten something like 300, 350. But again, you'll want to grab another battery. And a new bonus to this camera, I think maybe geared towards the people who are on the move, you know, videographers and whatnot. It is chargeable via a USB-C port. You can charge the battery in the camera, so if you've got a power bank or something with you, you'll be able to charge the camera like that. You don't necessarily have to take it out and find a wall. So that was our first look at the Canon EOS R camera. We will get one in our hands and take it out on a day and do a proper review of it somewhere. This is just a first look. Every time we get people watching these videos, they say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? We had 2 hours in a dark room. I'd never touched it before, and there were weird people all around me doing weird stuff. I didn't anticipate that. So we will get the camera and do a better review in the future. In the meantime, we hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen today. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel for future product reviews. Give us a like, and we'll see you guys next time.